Hi, I'm Matt from No Market Media, and today I'm going to tell you why I think now is the perfect time to watch Season 7 of The Clone Wars on Disney Plus. The newest episodes feature one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars, Ahsoka Tano. Now, if you're a big fan of The Mandalorian, you've probably heard on social media and several different entertainment outlets that Ahsoka will be in season 2 of The Mandalorian and will most likely be played by Rosario Dawson. Now, for those of you who don't know who Ahsoka Tano is, she was Anakin Skywalker's apprentice, aka Darth Vader, during the Clone Wars. Now, Darth Vader is one of my favorite characters. All of Star Wars has been. And we learn a lot about Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader, from his interactions with Ahsoka, from what we've seen so far. But, Ahsoka's an amazing character on her own right, too. She has an awesome story arc, starting from when she just met Anakin and Obi-Wan at the very beginning of Star Wars Clone Wars. And her character gives us a better glimpse of what it's like being a Jedi Padawan, especially during wartime. It's something, we only saw a little bit in the prequels with Anakin and Obi-Wan. We just have to assume like a lot has happened between the movies. So we don't really get that full glimpse, and Ahsoka really gives us that bigger glimpse of what that's like, what that relationship is between master and apprentice. Now, some of my favorite all-time Star Wars moments have Ahsoka involved in them, and a lot of those were in episodes of Star Wars Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. I mean, in Clone Wars, there's an episode where Ahsoka's a teacher on Mandalore, which I think is a really cool episode. There's also episodes where she's trapped on a planet and she's being hunted by Trandoshans. They captured her, and you find out later there's also some other Jedi younglings or Padawans, and she has to work with them to find a way to escape. She doesn't have that safety net of Anakin or Obi-Wan to help her in this instance. So her character really grows and develops into a real good independent character, strong independent character. Another one of my favorite Star Wars moments is in Star Wars Rebels, where Ahsoka faces off against her former master, Darth Vader. And it is one of my favorite lightsaber battles in all of Star Wars. I can watch that episode probably on repeat. It's the end of season 2 of Star Wars Rebels. So if you haven't seen that, I recommend you check that out. But I'm also excited for what lies ahead for this character. These new episodes of the Clone Wars that are going on right now focus on Ahsoka learning how to live and fend for herself. I kind of mentioned that a little bit, how her character was developing when she was captured by the Trandoshans. But in this part of the story, Ahsoka Tano is no longer a Jedi. She's no longer in the Jedi Order. So a lot of it looks at what is Ahsoka doing to fend for herself, live on her own? Because the only life that she's ever really known has been with the Jedi, and now she's no longer with the Jedi. So it's kind of her trying to figure out where her place is, and yet there's still the Clone Wars going on. So even though, she's not a Jedi commanding soldiers, she's trying to figure out where her place is in this war. We kind of know, some of us know what is going to be in these episodes, just based on the trailers, and there was a panel discussion at Star Wars Celebration in 2016 by, the creators of Star Wars, Clone Wars, Rebels, and the voice actress that has been playing Ahsoka Tano, Ashley Eckstein, which she is amazing too. She's a real good, strong advocate for, female characters in Star Wars. She has her own apparel line to her universe, which takes a lot of, makes, Star Wars apparel for both girls and boys, and really good stuff. Check that stuff out if you haven't checked that or whatever. There is some spoilers. I'm not really going to get into spoilers about that panel discussion, but if you do want to know about that, without watching the episodes. You just wanted to check out on that stuff, the stuff that they said in that panel discussion. I'll provide a link below so you can click and watch that from Star Wars Celebration 2016. But without getting into too many spoilers, I will tell you some of the things that will be going into. There are going to be dealings with Mandalorians in this. So if you're a big fan of Mandalorians, this season's going to have stuff for you. We're also going to see stuff with Darth Maul. So if you're a Maul fan, you'll probably want to check this out too. So I'm not saying you should just go see this season because of Ahsoka. Like, I'm a big fan of Ahsoka, but there's other things in this season too that I think Star Wars fans will really enjoy, really get excited for. So if you have not watched Clone Wars, if you're new to Clone Wars, I do recommend that you check out Season 5, Episodes 17 through 20. It's a good story arc dealing with Ahsoka. I recommend that you watch that first before seeing this new season. Basically goes into why Ahsoka is not with the Jedi anymore. It's a good story arc, and it's really enjoyable. Honestly, you can watch all of Season 5. I would recommend the whole season. Really good story arcs in there. So if you have time, I would recommend watching that first, and they're all available right now on Disney Plus. So if you have Disney Plus, you can check those out. Let me know what you guys think of Ahsoka Tano. Is she one of your favorite characters? Do you not a big fan of Ahsoka? I know a lot of people at first, and I would say me kind of included, didn't really warm up to Ahsoka at first just because, all this time we never heard of Anakin having a Padawan, and all of a sudden this kind of gets thrown at us like, oh, in between episodes 2 and 3, Anakin had this Padawan, and it's kind of interesting that she's not mentioned at all in episode 3, so it kind of felt kind of shoot in. But, I'm glad I stuck with it and watched out, and she really grew into one of my favorite Star Wars characters. I think she's excellent. If you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe. Randall and I are putting together a lot of other videos, so by subscribing, you can see some of that content. We also have a Facebook page that will update you on what we're working on. For now, I'm Matt. Have a great day, everyone.